The Serachi Trackmania Cup 2019 is over. We have our new winners, Carl Jr. and Bren. Carl Jr. winning for fifth time, Bren winning for the first time, and the first ever duo to win it. I'm here with a man who started it all back in 2013. Now is the cup is bigger and bigger. Serator, the seventh edition is over. What is your first impression now, 1 hour later, more or less?
Yeah, 20 minutes. It was really amazing. There was 8,000 people just here in Strasbourg, France. So yeah, this was really amazing. This is awesome what we can achieve with this game and this audience. So I'm really happy, of course.
I'd say that when I did some sort of history video, that each cup is getting bigger and bigger. But does this cup feel bigger to you, or is it just another edition?
Honestly, we try to do a huge step up edition by edition, and I think this was the case here. This was really bigger because there was almost 3,000 people more than previous edition in Toulouse. So yeah, this was really a bigger edition for me.
Many people were surprised when you saw announcing the duo editions. Normally we have these solo editions in Trackmania, and if not, there's like 5v5s. How did you come up with the ideas of having a duo edition in the first place?
The idea of duo is really cool for me because this can create history. You have this kind of bromance between two guys, most of the time two guys, and yeah, for example, Carl and Bren, they are so close each other. So this is, I think this create a lot of history, and with the training, the streaming, etc., the challenges on stage with the UNI, the blind, etc. So this is, I think this was a good idea to try at least, and people were just amazed by the show with all of the guy finalists at the semi-final, etc. At the final, you had four finalists at the same time. On the quarter, there was huge. Comment on dit? Merde, retournement de situation. Huge clutch, huge clutches at the quarter. So yeah, this was really a good idea. I'm not sure if I will do duo on the next edition or not. We have to think about this. But this will be hard to come back to solo. Now people saw the duo. I'm afraid.
Once people saw the duos, they saw that okay, Solary has two players. It's called Junior and Bren. Maybe he created it just so they can win another time. But did you have something in mind when creating it, or did you see Carl Junior and Bren as the favorites, or how did you see the other players facing up?
Honestly, before creating the duo event, I asked Carl Jr. and Bren because they are my friend too, and I told them, okay, if I do that, do you think someone can beat you? I honestly asked the questions, and they told me yes, of course, because this is really different, and we have to carry someone and have pressure with other people with the duo. So I tried, but I was like, okay, this will be really annoying if they totally crush everyone, and this didn't happen on stage. So this is cool. This is a good scenario.
I was watching the trailer in the end. I'm not a French speaker myself, and probably some international fans on the stream as well. Can you tell us what do we need to know about the trailer you showed?
We tried to create emotion with the audience with a little speech before the video where I was telling that Trackmania Cup started in 2013 in my room, and then we did Paris, then bigger, and I had the a feeling about a scale and limit, and I was like I wanted to. I wanted people think that this was the last Trackmania Cup this year. This was my intention, and this worked, I think. But no, this was to announce a bigger event again. So this will be in Paris for June 14, I think, and yeah, this is in 1 year. So this is really in a long time for us. 1 year is big in the streaming industry. So this will be huge, I think, and this is in Accor Hotel Arena, which is one of the biggest building for the show in France. This will be, I think, 16,000 seats, I think, with the bigger capacity, I mean, and the minimum is 8,000. So 300 more than tonight. So yeah, this will be really huge. I heard that 20 minutes after the announce, there was no more golden tickets for the show, and there was like 2,000 tickets, I think. I don't know if it's true, but I think it's true because most of my tweets were like, okay, no more golden ticket. What the fuck? So yeah, this is huge. Community is huge with this event. I don't know what to do, man.
Yeah, you said you are looking maybe to hit some sort of limit. Will that maybe be the limit? From what I understand, it's one of the biggest arenas, maybe in France, maybe in Europe. How do you see this moving forward if you look ahead of next year even?
This is a really good and tough question. When we booked this building, we were like, okay, and what will be the next step? Because there is no next step. Honestly, the next step is a stadium, but stadium is 60,000 seats, so this is really really bigger. This is like 6 times bigger. So I don't think we will reach this limit, of course, because we don't have 100,000 viewers on Twitch. So maybe one day I will have more people in the audience than in Twitch. So I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe this will be the last. I hope so. I don't hope so, but maybe we'll have to change the competition or do something different because I think this will be the climax, and I don't think we can do bigger at my scale. I mean,
Many people start to believe in Checkmania again because you have given it visibility, you have given it new player base. Some people say that esports side is tech. Some people say that it's not as competitive. You are fronting these styles, it's become your style. People said Serrator Maps is our own map style. But how do you see Checkmania moving forward outside of your own event?
this is a tough question too because I know there are specific communities with every style: tech, dirt, lol, RPG, and other. Full speed, and yeah, ZRT is becoming a style. So but this is okay for me. I think both can exist, and this is not a problem. I mean, if people want to do tech cups, they can, and this is not a problem for me. But ZRT have to be different. I don't think we can like do tech map on ZRT or RPG lol map. So I try to do a bit of everything, so it can be like a World Cup. If you know old style, you can win the ZRT Trackmania Cup. That's the feeling in my mind, and yeah, I try to do very very hard map, and I think this work. But I know this is really different from tech or stuff like that, and I understand why people don't compete in ZRT Cup and only do tech or stuff like that. I perfectly understand.
But what is the biggest thing that those events can learn from your event? You have played in this year's La Catalan, you placed fifth, I believe, almost in the grand final. But what can those LAN events learn from you to gain sort of the popularity of the viewers, to gain these numbers you have?
I think most of LAN events or organization esports have to think for the viewers and not for the players and not for the advertising of their game, because this is most of the time what they do, and I understand that. But if they want it to grow up, they have to think for viewers, and that's only what I do. I create some really hard cut. I create horrible endings to have some clutch, etc. And that's only for viewers. My cup is horrible for any player. There is few cash prize, very hard map, lot of training, hard level. This is the nightmare. I mean, this is really a nightmare. But this is for the viewers. This is amazing, and this is the goal.
It's been a long day, but how would you sum up the day? I saw on Twitter players were asked to sum up things with one word. I'm going to ask you, how would you sum up the 7th editions of the Serratit Trackmania Cup with one word?
Maybe hot.
Hot, that's a good one.
Because it was really hot on the stage. But this amazing is the correct word, of course.
Thank you so much for doing this. I'm hoping it's not the last interview, at least I do with you, if not maybe some other international streamers or interviewers. Journalist, yeah. That's it for the Serratit Trackmania Cup 2019. We will see you back in 2020 with even a bigger edition. That's it for now. Bye bye.